Hey there, it's Sam. Happy Friday. Thank you for watching. I'm going to make you aware in just a minute of a special event happening today, and I'm going to read a short section of my story, Fractured Heroes, for you. Hopefully, that'll be a treat. But yeah, here I am. Sorry, it's a little late compared to what I do with some of my videos. I told some of you on my mailing list. I'd be trying to do it around noon Central Time, and it's about 12:30, and I usually do it at 11 anyway. It's been a hectic day, a hectic week for us. I mean, with good things. I had a small, like half-week work retreat that just ended this morning, and then we're also flying out for a family wedding tomorrow, or wedding's tomorrow. We're flying out tonight, and so leaving for the airport in about an hour and a half. So it's been a little crazy, all with good things. It's crazy in our household, but here we are. We're enjoying life, and I wanted to take the time to connect with you, the viewers, and everyone out there too, and let you know what's going on. So yeah, today, if you didn't know, Bandcamp is doing a fundraiser today. It's not the Bandcamp Friday they usually do. It's actually for Juneteenth. Juneteenth, if you didn't know, is June 19th, which is this Sunday. The fundraiser falls on the Friday. And what it is, it's a Juneteenth is the anniversary, I believe, of when the last slaves were freed in Galveston, Texas. It was just recently made a federal holiday, like last year or something like that. It finally started to be recognized. I admit, I moved to Texas 2 years ago, and I didn't really know what Juneteenth was before that. I'm not even sure if I'd heard the name, and if I had, I certainly didn't know what the significance was. So I've only recently become aware of this too in my life. But I'm glad it's gaining recognition. This is a good thing. And yeah, so Bandcamp has been doing a fundraiser where if you we're on this day on the Friday, I think it's their third one in a row, third annual. Um, then a portion of all other proceeds will go to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So a good cause. You'd be helping support racial justice and things like that. I'm not going to get on my soapbox too much today. Yeah, that wasn't the point of this, but I do think helping racial justice is a good cause. I mean, yes, we still have issues with racial injustice in our country today, and yes, we've made great strides in the past, but the past couple of years and some of the events we've seen should tell us that we're still we still have a lot of work to do, and these are still issues that we as a country are facing. And yeah, so this is a good cause. Christopher put in the comments, even you're unaware of Juneteenth. I get it. I think more people should be aware, but I was only recently made aware, so I can't really cast stones at anyone else. But yeah, it's becoming a new thing, or I mean, it's been a thing for a while, but it's gaining more recognition and has now been recognized as a federal holiday, which is great. I'm off from work Monday, which I would have been off anyway because we're going out of town. But anyway, we're figuring it out. But yeah, so if you want to hear me on my soapbox a little bit more, I think I talked about this a little bit more last year when we did one of these, and I did this video. You can search through my Facebook Live archives or my Fractured Fiction podcast or my YouTube channel and look for the episode about how do you handle representation in your wedding. I believe that was around June 2021 sometime, so go search for that if you want to hear more and hear me talk about that more. But all I'm saying today is racial justice is a good cause. Racial injustice is still a problem in this country, and if you have a chance to do some small thing to help, Bandcamp today is donating a portion of their proceeds to a good cause, or it's basically their cut. Like, I mean, part of it always goes to the artists, but their share, Bandcamp is donating to a good cause today, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So go support your friends who are local artists. Not just me. I have some audio chapters up there, which is great. But other local artists or other just small time up and coming artists who have stuff on Bandcamp, this is a great day to support them. I'm hoping to support one of my friends who's a musician too. So yeah, that's what's happening, and you can find my chapters, my Fractured Heroes audio chapters at fracturedheroes.bandcamp.com. That's fracturedheroes.bandcamp.com. Again, all day long today. If you pay any amount, it's name your price. It's always name your price, so it's free. Today, if you pay any amount, a portion goes to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund to fight for the cause of racial justice. So that's important. Yeah, so fracturedheroes.bandcamp.com if you're interested in supporting both an independent author and a good cause. That's a good way to do it today. I think it goes till it's midnight to midnight, but it goes till it's Pacific time because they're on Pacific time. So for my Central Time friends, it's like 2 a.m. For my East Coast friends, it's like 3 a.m. So yeah, you have until then to name your price, pay any amount, download the chapters, and you'll be supporting a good cause too. Okay, so just to give you a sample of what's on there, of what you'll be getting if you do download the chapters, I'm going to read you a short scene from my Fractured Heroes story. Um, this scene will not. It doesn't have much to do with racial justice. I didn't pick it out just for today. I guess it has to do with justice in a broad sense in general, because it's superheroes stopping villains and stuff. But this is just the next scene that I have in order. In the last few times I've done readings, I've been reading the intros of certain characters from the beginning. So this is just the next one. Yeah, but I have certain scenes and certain chapters and sections available on fracturedheroes.bandcamp.com. This is just one of them. So if you like what you hear, go check it out after this. fracturedheroes.bandcamp.com. I'm sure I'll say that at least one more time before I'm done. But yeah, this is a section, just one scene from chapter 2 of book 1. The chapter is called Darkness and Light, and it's introducing one more character who the reader has not met yet. So I'll go ahead and read it. If you like it, you know where to go, and I'll say that again one more time, but probably at the end. But here is a section from Fractured Heroes, book 1, chapter 2, by Samuel N. Harris. The dark-haired woman at the bar, whom the bouncer had called Mary, held a broom and dustpan, sweeping up the broken glass Drake had left on the floor. The bar's owner, her boss, looked down at her from behind the counter. Another angry customer with too much to drink? More like an all-around hot-headed jerk, she answered, still sweeping. Huh, said the owner. Listen, Mary, I'm sorry you gotta clean all that up. Don't worry about it. That's what I get paid for. Besides, I'm used to dealing with assholes like him and cleaning up the messes they make. The owner's brow furrowed. This kind of thing happen a lot on your shift? Not a whole lot, but there's jerks all over the place who do a lot worse stuff than just breaking excuse me, just breaking a couple glasses. The owner chuckled softly. Heh, can't argue with that. She silently emptied the dustpan of glass into the nearest trash can. He spoke up again. Hey, Mary, I know you had a hard night, and it don't look like we're going to be getting too many more customers. Most of them cleared out after all that ruckus. Feel free to call tonight once you're done with that spill. Thanks. I think I will. After putting away the broom, she clocked out and took a bag with a change of clothes out from under the counter where she'd left it. She wished the owner a good night and walked out of the bar. The woman called Mary walked around to the rear of the building and quickly scanned the area. Confident she was alone, she pulled out from the bag a black shirt which she pulled on over her tank top. It covered her midriff and shoulders, with sleeves that went halfway down her arms. She pulled her hair back and tied it into a ponytail, then reached into her pocket and pulled out 3 things: a small switchblade with which she hung on her belt, a ruby ring which she slipped onto her left ring finger, and a black mask which she placed over her eyes. She was already wearing steel-toed boots too, which she typically kept on even out of costume, just in case. The costumed woman began walking down the street, staying in the shadows as much as possible. It seemed like a quiet night, but she knew that couldn't be completely true. This was Wensham, and there was always some kind of crime going on somewhere in the city at some point in the night. It was up to her to find it and stop it. As she walked, she recalled the incident from earlier. She thought about the hot-headed customer who'd played the 2 women for nothing but his own pleasure, and I tried to do the same to her. She thought about people, especially men, who used others, who lied and cheated and manipulated people because they thought they could take advantage of whoever they wanted. Her blood began to boil at the thought. She clenched her fists and felt the familiar cold metal of the ruby ring between her fingers. Then came the sound. Help! It was a female voice not far away. The masked woman quickly looked around, straining to see in the dark. She ran toward a nearby alley and saw what she had come for. 3 figures were discernible. A young woman on one side and 2 men on the other, closing in on her. The masked woman didn't know whether the men's intention was theft or assault or something else, but it didn't matter. What mattered was protecting the woman at all costs. She ran up to the 2 offending men, trying to be quiet, but prioritizing being quick. One of the men heard her, turned his head, and received an immediate forceful blow to the forehead from the woman's left fist, and the smooth, hard ruby stone of her ring. The impact dropped the man to the ground, unconscious or at least badly hurt. Seeing his partner fall, the other man spun around. What the... He was a few feet away from the masked woman. She wasn't close enough to take him out with another immediate punch. She stepped closer, but not before the man could pull out a knife. "Back away, bitch," she shouted. Sorry for the language, if that bothers anyone. "I'm gonna cut you up." The masked woman said nothing. She reached with her left hand for the switchblade on her belt and released the blade. Seeing that she was going to put up a fight, the man lunged at her with a knife, but to no avail. The woman used her right hand to grab his wrist, holding his hand still with her firm grip. Then she reached up and stabbed her blade into the middle of his palm. The man cried out in agony, crumpling to his knees. She didn't remove the blade yet. She reached down, pushed it in a little further, twisted it around, and then removed it, slowly. It took 5 seconds or less, but the man screamed the entire time. He'd long since dropped his knife and lay on the ground, clutching his bloody hand and writhing in pain. The woman retracted the knife's blade and placed it back on her belt. Both men sufficiently incapacitated, the woman looked at their intended victim, a girl who recoiled from the scene of the fight and was cowering a few feet away. She looked no older than 20. "Are you all right?" Yes," the girl said slowly. "Thank you for saving me." "May I ask where you're going this late at night?" "Home," said the girl. I was hanging out with some friends earlier, and..." "May I ask where you live?" "Just a couple blocks away." "If you'd like, I'll escort you the rest of the way, just to make sure you're safe." The girl thought about it, but only for a moment. "Yeah, that would be good." "Then let's get going. Be sure to stay close to me." "Sure." The girl moved closer to the masked woman, preparing to follow her movements. Then she stopped and looked up. "I'm sorry, but which one are you?" "Ruby," said the other woman. "Call me Ruby." End of that scene. So there you go. Just a small scene from Fractured Heroes. Christopher in the comments said it's pretty good writing. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, so there you go. That's just one small scene. The rest, or at least good chunks, good sections of the rest, are available on fracturedheroes.bandcamp.com for download. It's always free as of right now. It's name your price. You can pay $1, $5, $1 per track. People have done that before. Anything you want. But today only, if you pay any amount, then Bandcamp gives their portion to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund for a good cause in honor of Juneteenth. So check it out. Go support some of your local artists, some of your favorite independent up-and-coming artists, and support a good cause today on Bandcamp. I'd appreciate it, and others would too. So that's it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Juneteenth, which is also Father's Day, but I hope it's significant for you, and you recognize it, one or both of those things in your life, and that it's a good time. And yeah, have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye.